All right, y'all know what's up. Let's get some more openings in, dude. I've really been enjoying these crystals so far. Knowing that I'm going to be able to get a whole bunch of champions ranked up, not just to rank 4, but also the lower ranks as well. I'm going to try to make sure to get a video of each of the rank ups that I do. So we're up to 24,000 units for this round, so about 80 crystals, which, by the chances of it, I'm really hoping that we can get those final class alloy fragments to be able to rank up the Venom the Duck relic, because that's really going to help out our prestige. Even though it might not have as much of a change this round of AQ, I'm thinking it might be unfortunate we might be dropping to number 3 instead of the normal number 2 where we're at. We'll definitely be back for Coliseum. We were able to get number 1 for Alliance and Coliseum, so we got the title and the extra radiance that came along with it, and hopefully we can repeat that again. And you see there, we've got 10k Awakening Gem shards now, so we'll be able to get another Awakening Gem. Hopefully we can get a Cosmic or a Mutant out of it. That would be great, because those are the only two I don't have as far as class goes. I have doubled up Science and Mystic, and 2 generics. I've got 1 tech and 1 skill, if I remember correctly. So we're looking pretty solid. This is definitely the most resources that I've ever just sat on. Normally I'll get cold feet, especially as far as prestige is going, and you just be like, oh dude, I gotta rank everybody up like as soon as possible. The problem is, at this point, all my prestige rank ups will only push up my champion prestige by 1 or 2 points. The most I've gotten recently is 4. And that was because it took me 7 months to pull High Evolutionary. So when I finally pull him, that's a number 1 champ. So unless Kabam starts releasing a top 5 champion, I'm not expecting to get a crazy amount of prestige. However, the race is getting tighter as time goes on, so I will continue to make sure at any given point I have basically all of the top 30 champs ranked up for prestige. And then where you've got rank 5s coming up, I still don't know if it would be worth it if I do get a rank 5 gem, if I should sit on it until I can maximize prestige. Because by the time that we get to not only spring cleaning, but also July the 4th deals, that they're going to be handing out basically half a rank 5 per Odin. So if you whale out, you could have 2 or 3 rank 5s for the half of the price that you'll get one here in Banquet. And that's another reason why I appreciate these crystals, the Jubilant crystals, having the tier 5 alphas. Even if it isn't that much, I've already got half of one. So over time, when they start incorporating those into AQ awards, and oh dude, we just got Valkyrie. That's insane, dude. As we're talking about prestige, she's great. She's going to be one of my prestige rank ups for sure. I think I'm going to go ahead and rank her up. She's one of those that I know for sure I'm going to rank up, and that putting those materials in her isn't going to change regardless of what we get over Tuesday for those events, those track milestones, because they're not going to give us more materials than just for 2 or 3. And I know I'm definitely ranking up Scorpion, Nimrod, and Hulkling, so I just use those on her. And look, there again, we got another duplicated 7-star, even though I've already got her at max sig. Still the concept, it's great to still be pulling 7 stars. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that, especially for only having 80 crystals today, where we've got 2 different sessions opening over 100 before then. So I think at this point I'm around just at 100,000 units in worth of Banquet crystals. So overall, I'm super excited with what I've pulled so far. But at the same time, I know I'm not nearly as efficient as some of my buddies have been as far as what they put in compared to what they get out. And that's just the nature of the game. And that's why those rank rewards exist to kind of help balance that out too. So even though we're pushing for top 600, potentially even top 300, the rewards along the way definitely are worth it as well. And I think that's the first time I get those +5 signature stones out of the crystals. I'll have to check what the chances of those are again for the Jubilant crystals. Let's see. 2% chance, dude. So yeah, eventually we're seeing that as we continue to open these, we're going to get all these low chance rewards. So I'm expecting Tuesday, I'm either going to get an Awakening Gem or a key for sure. Because right now we've got one opening of those signature stones, the 1% trophy selector, and the 4% chance to get the selectors for the other champs and the Rebirth and the Omega Days and the Glorious Guardians and Heart of Fire. Still waiting on those relics though. That would be awesome because as I keep on saying, and I will continue to say, relics are the future. And 7 stars are the future. So it's nice to continue to get rank up materials for them. Because what I'm going to try to not forget and save plenty of those is that rank 5s will cost tier 7 basic. So I'll have to check the numbers again. I'm pretty sure it's 4 that I'll need to save for another rank 5. And I can't remember if top 300, 600 also get the tier 5 alpha, because I know top 1200 get the tier 5 alpha if they don't get the rank 4 to 5 gem, but I can't exactly remember. So right here we finally pull the selector, and I already know right off the bat I'm getting Soul, but I wanted to go ahead and look through everybody and see who I own and don't own. Tigra is tempting, but where I've already got 2 Mystic Gems, I'm not too antsy to dupe her. And where she's in the basic pool, it'll happen eventually. And Cell is destroying things like never before, where he just recently got buffed. And Tigra, I'm not the best Tigra player, so I'm trying to hold off learning her until I absolutely have to. And if I dupe her, I will learn her. If you guys want to let me know if I should rank up Tigra as one of my new rank 4s and start learning her, let me know. I know a lot of people really enjoy her. I know I completely butchered the EOP challenge where you're supposed to use Tigra and Jabari Panther. Yeah, that was rough. Not nearly as rough as the one where I had to use Mojo. That one was by far worse, and I think that's the hardest challenge I've ever done in this game, is the Mojo EOP challenge. But it's done, and we can move on. At this point, I have every piece of Everest content completed, and with the exception of the arenas that continue to rotate, I've gotten everything done, including all the back issues, all the special quests, all the story mode. I'm really excited for 9.1. From what I played in the beta, the new champions like Nico, some of these quests are basically tailored to people like her that kind of go around the normalcy of mystics. So if a node says that they're immune to Nullify, Stagger, Fate Seal, and can't be altered through ability accuracy, Nico doesn't do that. She just says, okay, you're immune to buffs. So she gets around that entire node and can still prevent buffs, specifically prowess, from stacking up and doing massive damage into your block if it's not unblockable. Let's see, what do we got here? the Jubilant crystals by far are so much more enjoyable. I like how they put the crystals inside crystals in the Superior Banquet crystals. The Banquet crystals used to be, that was that, enjoy it. And then now they've incorporated 7-star crystals, Titan crystals, the Gala crystals, the Jubilant crystals. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving, which I really enjoy. And let's see who we get out of the Nexus. Well, like I said before, we're going to continue to invest in whoever's at lower SIG, because that'll help our base rating more than the higher SIGs will. Because where it's not exactly an exponential curve. It is, but it's inverted, where the more you add on early, the better it is. So as you can see, we've got our Titan Nexus that we're going to hold on to. We got 400 of these signature stone crystals and 50 of the +5 crystals. Those also have a limit of 125 per class. So until on those +5 crystals we're getting like over 500-600 of those, we're going to be fine to just open those and keep them in our stash, because those chances aren't going to change no matter how long we hold the crystals. So let's see who we get out of this Awakening Gem. Like I've already said, I'm looking for a Mutant or a Cosmic because I don't have either of those. But knowing Kabam, they're probably going to give me something I already got, like a Science or a Mystic. I hope I'm not jinxing it by saying that. That'd be hilarious. And then we're going to have to make sure that we rank up Valkyrie right after this, because regardless of how we get her duplicated, it's going to happen. Look, there it is, Science called it. Regardless of how we get her signature ability unlocked, and regardless of what signature stones we use, we're going to go ahead and rank her. And where I've got so many skill tier 6 class catalysts saved up, that's definitely what I'm going to be doing, is ranking her up. I specifically was saving catalysts for her, so we're putting those into her immediately. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and rank her. And as you can see by my stash, I've got an insane amount of ISO. And that's probably never going to get whittled down, because I've maxed out every single 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star I have. I'm working on all the 4 and 5 stars, continuing to rank these lower champs that don't use up the valuable catalysts. Where ranking up 6 stars to rank 1 and rank 2, you really don't eat up any materials you use for ranking up 7 stars. So that's what I've been doing. And I also realized that where I never use 5 stars in Arena, I needed to start using the dust to ascend 4 stars instead of 5 stars. And where it only costs half as much, you get double of those. So right here you can see that I miscalculated. I had 14 tier 6 class catalysts for skill, not knowing that I needed 15. And I figured that these using Glory is going to be the best bang for my buck, even though it's going to be tedious to have to click through, 15 of these? Yeah, but we'll be fine. I'm excited that I got Valkyrie already, and then we're going to dupe her out of the box, I believe, assuming that we get enough keys for all of that. Yeah, so that's super exciting. So we don't have to worry about a gem from her, because we got her and X23 out of the Gala crystals at this point. So that's 2 champions I can save. So really, now I only need a Cosmic Awakening gem. Or a way to duplicate him out of a selector or something. So I'm going to have to be very careful on Tuesday what I claim, because I don't want any type of selectors to be in my inbox in-game until after I've gone through all the keys, all the random crystals that you don't exactly know what you're going to pull. And then and only then will I go back in the web store and make sure that I claim all those selectors And then when I have complete control over the selectors, then I can decide what I actually need. Instead of doing it the other way around and just claiming everything that I get as soon as I get it, not knowing what I'm going to get, and then, trying to hope that luck is on my side after that. I'd rather get the control out of that. So as you just saw, even though I didn't do anything about it right there, the egg relic is available for rank 5 concerning the 6-star. So then we're going to take this Valkyrie relic now and take it off of 6-star relic, out with the old, in with the new, just like it should be. That's super exciting to finally have a 7-star Valkyrie, making her relevant again in not only Battlegrounds gameplay, but also other content, especially in Alliance War where you have hazard shift nodes or other reasons you wouldn't want to hit your opponent at all, whether that be thorns or whether or not they go unstoppable when your combo meter reaches a certain threshold, because now Valkyrie's got it. She's got it taken care of as far as that grip passive goes. So this is going to be our last opening before we get to the deals on Tuesday. So I'm getting a bunch of these incursion crystals from the web store, because that's the only thing available that I can use those special tickets for. And who doesn't want more SIGs on their Hulkbuster? That'd be awesome. And as you can see, we're getting another key out of the Realm milestone, so I'm super excited about that. Not exactly sure who I'm going to get. It'd be great to get a new champ. I know Scorpion is who I really want that I don't have. But I'd be fine with a Jane or the other 2 champs that I already pulled out of the Gala Crystals, being Valkyrie and X-23. I'd take a dupe on either of those. That's fine. Because like I said, with the way we're going to go about everything on Tuesday, it's not going to be a problem at all. We're going to get who we want to get. That's going to be for sure. And we're continuing to build the Tier 2 Celestial Alloys. And we're going to be using all of those on 7-star relics, besides the 6-star Duck relic, the Egg relic that we're going to be ranking up to rank 5. Because that's the only 6-star that's worth it. Because even at Sig 20, your stat casts at rank 2 7-star are higher than the 6-star rank 5 battle casts at Sig 200. And of course, nobody's going to be getting a stat cast to Sig 200 anytime soon. At least not without wasting a few more resources than would be necessary. Because if I get SIGs, I'm going to go ahead and put them into the battle casts that are close to Sig 200 and get as many of them to Sig 200 as possible. Because it's going to be the 7-stars that we're going to be continuing to invest in and rank up to rank 2. And before we get enough stat casts at 6-star, rank 5, Sig 200 to make a difference, we'll already have higher ranking 7-stars that will have even higher numbers than them. So I'm going to use my catalysts in all the 7-stars and my 6-star SIGs in the battle casts, because that's how I'm going to be able to maximize prestige currently as much as possible, while still being able to build up all the 7-stars, remaining as relevant prestige-wise as possible as far as the relic goes, because we're reaching a threshold where relic prestige is really the only separation between all the top prestiges. Like even in our alliance currently, even though the difference is like, hundreds of points between summoners, our champion prestige is within 5 points, I think, between the top 15 of us. Like I'm only 2 points away champion-wise from number 1. And I think after this, I put Sigs in Dracula to get him to 200. So now I'm only 1 point behind champion-wise in prestige. But the relic prestige, I'm behind by close to 150 points. So that's the biggest separation, is the relic prestige. And that's just due to being able to duplicate a whole bunch of 7-stars. And then I'm not exactly sure how you'd be able to rank up a whole bunch to make that much of a difference. It's pretty much just duplications of 6 or 7 stars, because then they're immediately higher than your 6-star rank 4s, regardless of what their SIG level is. Or even, you get the certain ones to rank 2, and they're SIG 20. And then, they're already higher than a SIG 200 rank 5. So even though it's tempting to take the Spider-Man 2099 Relic to rank 5, I'm not going to do it. Plain and simple. Alright, so now we got our final 6 Jubilant Crystals before the Tuesday deals. Again, I'm super excited for Tuesday. I feel like a kid on Christmas, just waiting out. And then where I'm on Eastern Standard Time, I gotta wait till 1 p.m. It's not something I'm gonna lose sleep over. It's just exciting, and it's fun. We have been pulling a crazy amount of Tier 5 Alpha, and I think I'm up to half a Catalyst at this point. So it's not going to take much for me to be able to fully form one. Unfortunately, we need 3 to be able to rank up a champion. So even though it seems like, we're pretty far off, I'm nearing the end of my efforts in this Banquet event, and we've only got half of one formed, which is not necessarily completely disappointing, but it just kind of strikes the reality of how far away rank 5s really are, even though we're going to see summoners with several of them already, including one summoner who just goes bonkers and drops hundreds of thousands of dollars in this game, and that person is going to be getting a rank 6 Punisher, and that'll be the only exclusive rank 6 for about a year, they said. Yeah. But our alliance isn't worried as far as Alliance War goes, because that's just going to be a slightly longer fight with a nuke mutant, whether that's Onslaught or Jean Grey. So, yeah, even though champions are getting ranked higher and the new champions that come in are going to be more annoying because you're going to have to learn them faster because people are going to rank them up immediately, it's really just going to come down to slightly longer fights. Because as rank 5s become more prominent and ascendable, they're going to be the ones that are higher anyway. We're going to see a rank 5, possibly ascendable Jean Grey, not that far off from a rank 6 Punisher anyway. So then you've got pretty much a 1-to-1 almost. And then that's just going to go the same way as 2 rank 4s going at it right now. So I'm excited for ascendable rank 7s, and as you can see, I've been saving all of my 7-star shards for when we actually get better rewards from duplicating them. There you go, look at that, even more Tier 5 Alpha. This is great, man. This is great. It's been so much fun through the years to just see everything progress and always being able to chase a better Catalyst, within just a few months later. And then as it becomes more common, then there's something else that comes out, so it stays relevant. And you also get to see increased power for all your champions. Even a rank 4 Guillotine Deathless was taking Realm of Legends fights in 12 seconds. And I can still remember back when I had a 4-star Havoc as one of my best champions, that I loved using, taking 383 hits to defeat Winter Soldier, and now someone's doing it in 12 seconds, which is absolutely insane. So we're going to go ahead and pick through these Incursion Crystals, and I doubt I have any of these champions unowned. Yeah, I know I have Mojo. I've got Angela, SIG 200. I've got Captain America, SIG 60, SIG 80, something like that. And then I have Ronin, SIG 60 as well. So, these are all great champs, and I'll take SIGs in all of them. Angela was one of those that I really did need to invest SIGs in, even though I knew I'd be, pulling her naturally since this pool is so small. I'm really glad that they took away the time limit for the incursion crystals and the loyalty crystals. And I was able to get Mordo duplicated because I think I had like three crystals worth of materials, so I was able to buy them up real quick. It was those little circular red shard that you're able to purchase, and if you get 15 of them, then you purchase the crystal. So I think I had like 30 of those saved up, and then 15 of the shards already purchased that I was just waiting for the timer to finish out. So that was great. I know Mordo's an absolute beast. I still need to learn better ways to play him, so I'm not just holding heavy, hoping the opponent gets close enough that I can release a heavy attack, building Furies. I know you can also use the special one. The spacing isn't always perfect. Hey man, we'll take more SIGs than Hulkbuster. He's probably the best champion in that pool. I got a chance to take him for a spin and just use those unblockable specials. The special 2, just power drain, and then just unload heavy attacks like crazy into the corner. And then rinse and repeat because you've got another special 2 by then. Especially in Alliance War and other modes where you're going to use the power back boosts. Those are the most fun by far. And I forget what SIG he's at. I don't think I waited out. Yeah, no, we're getting on with all this. We've got crazy amounts of ISO, so much I'm never going to spend, and that's okay. I'm all good with that. We've got a crazy amount of signature stone crystals. I'm probably going to end up opening those sometime soon, either today or tomorrow, just so I can have them in my stash and available. That way I can stay away from my generics as much as possible, because those are invaluable. And even though one could argue that if I save all the classes well, I can pick and choose as far as the new classes come out. But like I was saying with Dracula, I want to be able to use the Mystic class signature stones on him and stay away from the generics as much as possible. The rank 5s I'm probably not going to touch till the turn of the year. I doubt I'd use them on J. Jonah or Blue Marvel unless they're top prestige. I'll probably just start out, hopefully duplicating them out of the Titan Crystal. And then just seeing how badly they actually need their signature ability. But as you can see, we've still got plenty of rank up gems that we're going to be fine. I'm really excited to get to create a video ranking up a whole bunch of champions. That's going to be so much fun. I might do it on Discord. Well, on second hand, I probably want to be able to upload it and oh dude, we got Valkyrie duplicated. Well, that's another awakening gem I don't have to worry about. But yeah, what I'm probably going to do is I'll just record a video and then pair up a little bit of gameplay with each champion that I rank. I'm going to have to be very deliberate about that video and make sure I have the numbers for the catalyst so I'm not caught in a situation like last video where I had to go buy up a bunch of class catalysts and sit through and select them all, to get Valkyrie up to rank 4. But yeah, she's by far a worthwhile rank 4, especially with her utility as far as hazard shift, just being able to gain power hitting and block and then kill only hitting and block. Well, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take care.